the Fox, and I have here with me.
Jeremy.
And today we're going to be talking about the golden age of WWF, 70s, 80s wrestling. We're going to talk about some of the All Stars, some of the circuits that they were running, and also some of the house shows and some backstage experiences from a guy who went and saw all of them. So, click that like button, and without further ado, here we go. So, first off, when you were a kid, who's your favorite wrestler?
Snuka. Jimmy Fly. Superfly
Superfly?
Snuka.
Heck yeah, yeah, he was legit. And did you get to see him wrestle live?
I did.
Did he have super pointy elbows?
I don't remember.
He just looked like a superhero,
He was bad. Yeah, he was badass. Went to see him at Arco Arena, where we used to go to all the wrestling matches
huh?
in
Okay,
Sacramento.
so you're a Sacramento boy, so
Yeah.
that's the thing. A lot of good wrestling came through Northern California there. During that time, let's see, Big John Studd, was that another one of your
Yes,
faves?
the Hacksaw John
Jim Duggan,
Jim Duggan. Yeah, there you go.
fantastic. Like you like the prop, the 2x4.
All of it.
Sergeant Slaughter,
Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, and the headhunters.
Samoan Headhunters.
Samoan headhunters. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I think that there's a long lineage with a lot of those Samoan guys.
One little side note. One time it was New Year's Eve, and I was at my friend Donna's house, and we were getting ready to go out, and there was a knock at the door, and I opened the door, and it was those two sitting there with big WWF uh, band or beanies on, and they just like filled up the whole door, and they're like, "Is Donna here?" And I was like, Donna," but they came in and they were just in town doing a show, and
Heck yeah.
they
How old
stopped
were you
by.
when that happened?
Oh, I was in my 20s. So
Okay.
when I was bartending down in Hogshead.
Okay. So at that time you've been a fan for a while. When was your first wrestling show that
Probably
you can
when I was
remember?
probably when I was like 9 or 10. I've seen Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Piper
Mm.
and who was the African or the Ugandan giant? I think.
Mm. Umbaka or something. I don't
I'm
know
not
a lot of
sure.
those guys.
I'm not sure, but I remember Rowdy was there and Andre was there.
Oh wow.
It was pretty
Andre is a
cool.
legend for sure.
And
I mean, obviously Hogan, Macho Man, like all those guys are cool. It's Steamboat,
what's that?
Ricky the Dragon.
Ricky. Yeah, that's
What
cool.
about Jake the Snake?
Jake the Snake was cool. Macho Man was cool.
Oh yeah, Cream of the Crop.
It was awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so in terms of like televised, because we said you're saying you went to a lot of live events. What was it like watching wrestling either on television or what was like? Because now I can just flick on a streaming channel or YouTube. So what was it like watching wrestling and how did you get to know a lot of your favorite wrestlers?
Um, Probably just by going to the shows, and then wrestling was still pretty new back then. It was WWF, World Wrestling Federation, so
Okay,
it was
and they
before
just toured the
WWE.
country.
Yeah, and but we used to. I don't know how much wrestling you guys did, but we used to get kind of crazy. Me and my cousins.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of backyard wrestling, but I had the DVDs, the YouTube. It was on Monday night cable television, so I had easy access to it. What's up, Willie? Come
Hey,
here,
Willie, come
buddy.
here. Come on,
Say hello.
close the door.
Come
Come
here,
here, get up
buddy.
here. Say hi. Say hi.
All right. Willie's a big wrestling fan too.
Yeah, he is. Good boy.
So yeah, so that is very different than the era that I came up in because like, some of the legends that were on TV when I was growing up was like John Cena, Randy
Mm.
Orton, Undertaker to an extent, but he was still at like a mythic figure at that point,
Yeah.
you know. So it's just kind of different eras, but
Yeah, I was already pretty much out of it by then.
I had a
Not
huge
into
love
it
for
as much.
vintage wrestling because when I was younger and getting into wrestling, you would always say, "Oh, these guys are cool, but come on,
Right?
the guys back in my day were crazy." And then I go and do the research, and then you see some cool documentaries. Like I watched Macho Man way back in the day. Macho Man passed away
Huh?
when Macho Man passed away.
Uh-huh.
We were devastated.
What are you doing? You thirsty? You want to drink? um,
He's almost opening it.
he is. Here, bud. Okay. No, do you know anything about Glow? The
Glorious Ladies of Wrestling.
Gorgeous Ladies of
Okay.
Wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix has a little show on it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Okay.
But that and roller derby was big too, all at the same time.
Hmm.
Like when I was a kid.
What do you think of then? Like, so it was more carny then at that point.
It was more real for sure. 'Cause
So yeah,
roller derby is like for real.
the carnival style, they would legit beat the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah, big time.
But then they got together and said, hey, we can do more shows if we just make it look real.
Right.
We all know how to fight. Why do we have to beat the shit out of each other?
Right.
So,
Hey,
watch out, Willie.
come here. Grab me here. Come on. Get out of here. I love you too. Okay.
Whoa, whoa.
There we go.
There. Now you can lay right there. Good boy.
Okay.
So,
This. And what? Did you see the Willie show?
it's become the Willie Show, the Willie Wrestling Show. Willie Wrestling
We should
Federation.
wrestle with him.
Yeah.
You want
No,
to?
it's Willie Wrestling Federation.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get.
Okay, no, I'm sure we could still talk about some other stuff. What was if you can remember, the time that the curtain was kind of peeled back for you, where you saw that they take steroids and painkillers and cocaine and shoot people and do crazy shit?
Before that, I seen him back in the back alleys doing with razor blades and stuff, and like seen him rehearsing the whole thing like firsthand.
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes. That was kind of, you seen that too when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Remember that?
So
You wanna tell
I
about
got to
that?
see Mick Foley, so that's kind of an in between our generation superstar that's just beloved.
Mhm.
And yeah, there was a local house show that was there, and I went to go very young with my dad, and it was as backyard as you not backyard, what's it called, house as you could get. Like there was barbed wire, there was a
Light
weed
bulbs.
whacker, there was light bulbs. They dropped a
Thumb
ladder. They dropped a ladder into the crowd, and he caught it. It was pretty cool.
It was badass. But remember the alley? I take you around back to the alleyway.
Yeah,
And
and
you
they
got
were.
to meet the wrestlers back there and see what they were doing.
Yeah, I got some cool merch. So, how many experiences of that did you have, and were you always just kind of hanging around the shows?
No, I got to see. We were always down close. I mean, we just always sneak down. And once you're down close and you're not like looking through the camera,
Mhm.
you see all the little stuff behind there. You don't have to be
And
super
what they're
close. You
saying.
can just watch.
Yeah,
Because
it
if it's
sounds
not-
so much different when
if
they
it's not
hit the
framed.
mat on TV versus in
Oh
person.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
All right, Willie. but yeah, it was I think just going to the shows and just watching what happens just right around the ring, you can tell a whole lot.
Because the
Because
camera angles.
because what's not framed on the camera isn't a big deal. I mean, you see what they want to show
Yeah.
you, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like everything else. But you can see a lot of really what goes on.
Yeah, and those house shows or those non-televised events, I'm sure is even more different.
They were televised back then.
No, I'm saying the ones that.
Oh yeah, the one
Because
like
WWE
seen-
will go 5 days a week, but only take 2 of them.
Right.
The other
Just to
3
get
are
enough
kind of
footage.
practice, but
Right.
so they'll do things that are kind of out of character sometimes and fun just for the audience because they know nobody, it's not being recorded.
Yeah. I've seen Lucha Libre.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
Mexican wrestling.
Yeah.
Nice.
With the dwarfs and stuff.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna
the-
say midget wrestling. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very
It was
cool.
pretty cool. Just in a small little I don't remember what it was. I think it was a county fair. But it was pretty cool.
Very cool. So, what were some of your favorite moves that you throw on your cousins or the people that you wrestle with when you were younger?
Body slams.
Just body slams.
Yeah, that was the best because we broke a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. And we had a pretty big range of size kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My cousin Evan was 4 years older than me, so he was big. He was probably, I don't know, I guess I was probably around 8 or 9, maybe. And then Jimmy Allen, he was my younger. He's fucking huge now, by the way. But he was a little bit younger than, no, he was my age. And we had a lot of fun, though. But one time on Thanksgiving, can I say this?
I don't know. Is the statute of limitation?
I'm sure it is.
Statute.
It's 40 years ago.
All right. This was 40 years ago, and it's
And
also
it's not good
hypothetical.
yeah. And it was in Mexico.
It didn't actually happen. This is for entertainment purposes
Yeah.
only.
So we went over there for Thanksgiving, and they were just building the on the end of their neighborhood. It was just getting developed, and so there was these stacks and stacks of drywall, and we wrecked. We for 2 days. We
Just
just
put them
ran
through the
off.
table.
We were just they were stacked like 8 feet high. They were way up there. We just slide them part way out, and then just
Oh.
wham, and then smash down on them, and body slam people off of it.
So you cost somebody their retirement.
A lot,
you
a lot.
you ruined somebody's day for sure.
Yeah, probably 100 sheets of drywall. Not to mention the mess. Never heard a word about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's very interesting. Yeah, for me, we would always do like different submissions and stuff. I always loved the different holds. Maybe that's why it's
But
helped
we
me
were
transition.
WWF kids.
Yeah, so it's all lean.
What?
Leg drop,
Yeah.
leg,
Pile driver.
body slam, gorilla press. Just push him
I
over
don't
your
remember
head.
the Gorilla press. Oh,
That's
is
the
that
Ultimate Warrior,
Oh, okay.
where you just and then drop them.
Yeah. Oh, that's original.
Pretty lame.
Yeah. What was some of the?
So when did you
wait,
start falling out of wrestling then? Because that a lot of people and maybe a lot of our viewers here
Wait.
would think that the best was in between us, which is the Attitude Era in the '90s with Stone Cold, The Rock,
I was already gone.
and
They
I
lost
wasn't
me.
in.
They lost me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where'd they lose you?
Uh,
WrestleMania 3.
probably. Yeah.
When Macho Man lost the title to
Yep.
Ricky Steamboat and
Probably.
Hulk Hogan body slammed the Giant, you're like, well, there's wrestling. How can you top that? That was your ultimate moment in
It
the
might have
Silver
been.
Dome.
It might have been.
Brother.
I don't know.
I've seen WrestleMania 3 probably 20 times.
Yeah.
I owned it on DVD when I was young, and yeah, it's a great event. The storylines, Roddy Piper's there, Brutus, Beefcake, uh, Valentine, Greg Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys. He just put my whole fist in his mouth.
What are you doing?
Willie's like, "Oh, are you guys streaming?"
Yeah. Always adopt. You weren't adopted, but he was adopted. Don't tell him, but he was adopted. Not you, Willie. You.
He went into existential dread. It's
You
okay,
were-
buddy.
You were adopted. He was rescued.
Why'd you do that to him? It's alright, buddy. He's got a smile on this side. Buddy.
It's a good thing.
So, alright, well, sorry to get off track there a little bit. What were some media or I guess films that you were acquainted with at the time that had wrestlers in it but wasn't wrestling? For example, Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes.
You ever watch Hogan's Heroes? He beats up Nazis.
No.
Oh, you really?
No.
New rabbit hole tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out Hogan's Heroes. It's a 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyed American steroid boy, and he's fucking up Nazis. And it's a comedy. And it's
Not
Hulk
the
Hogan.
old original.
And it's Hulk Hogan. Hogan's Heroes.
There was an original Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, I'm talking about the original.
That's not. Hulk Hogan wasn't in that. This
Really?
was like from the '60s.
You know, oh, okay. I'm talking about maybe in the 80s there was a Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, no, there was one where they were like in Germany.
Really?
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan pulled out on Hogan's Heroes.
really.
Can we get a fact check here?
Yeah, here.
We're falling apart.
No, we're
But I know guaranteed one that you'd like to talk about a little bit.
What?
They Live with Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah.
One of the best fight
Yes.
scenes in cinema. When he
Yes.
fights the dude, his homie.
Uh-huh. Try to get him to put the glasses on.
Yes, and
Right.
then the glasses, obviously, super relevant motif for today, right? You see it and then it's like, oh, you see a different thing.
You seen that little reel that I did, right?
No.
With the I'll show it to you sometime.
Okay.
But there was like, I came outside and I was looking up and I was like, oh wow, that's weird. There's like a shadow, right, like a dark spot in the middle of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy's like, what are you talking about? He looks up and we're standing right out in front, looking this way, looking towards the north. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, what? You don't notice it's dark in the middle of the day? He's like, what do you mean? And I was like, took my glasses off and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, dude, you gotta check this out. And he looked, and through my glasses, right above here, there was
There's
a
a dark
huge,
spot.
yeah, a dark spot.
All right. Well,
Like
that
five
seems
people
like
seen
a
it.
fever trip. Well, it went from 1 to 2 to 5 now.
Yes. No,
Yes.
yeah, no, because listen, because while we were out there,
Just look this
no,
up.
wait, listen, you gotta hear just so you don't think I'm bullshitting you. While we were out there looking, me and my buddy were standing out there and talking, right? My other friend pulls up and she comes, walks over. So I'm talking to her about it. And so that's three. And then the neighbor was leaning out his window,
Mm-hmm.
this side, and he heard us talking. He's like, what are you talking about? So I passed my glasses up to him, and all five of us saw it.
That's still only 4.
No, him and his buddy was there
Oh, okay.
in the window. Sorry.
Well, it's easy to bullshit those that small amount of people though.
You want to go talk? What do you mean bullshit?
I don't know. Maybe they're like, yeah, I see it too, bro.
Oh, maybe they were just humoring me, huh?
Yeah, I think that happens quite a bit with people in general.
Did you say that? Let's just.
Can you look it up?
Which one? Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
I think that he's the
Hogan's
best
Heroes.
guest we've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
He is the
Look
best.
at this.
According to
What's going
Wikipedia,
on here?
Paramount Home Entertainment has released all 6 seasons of Hogan's Heroes on DVD
Hulk
in
Hogan.
regions 1 and 4.
I'm just saying, this is Hogan's Heroes.
Okay, I see. This is cute.
This is what I see.
Can
This
you
is-
show me Hulk Hogan on Hogan's Heroes and see if I'm wrong? And then we could talk about They Live.
I will. It's as soon as it wants to work again. Hulk Hogan, Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes. Robot Chicken.
Oh, it's not real.
It's Robot Chicken is what they say. That's all I've seen.
That's the only one.
No, I'm looking. It's just slow.
So there was a Robot Chicken one.
Hogan's Heroes.
And okay, I don't want to play it on here,
Okay.
but I want proof that Hogan was on Hogan's Heroes. Is it truth or not truth?
I don't think it's true.
Go back
Go back where?
to your original search, not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube?
No, to your original Google search.
Okay.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry.
technical
We weren't ready for
difficulties.
this.
Yeah, it's already tuned out.
Oh, okay.
Anybody that would stick around.
Sorry. Here. I don't think he was on there though. I mean, I don't remember it.
Huh. Yeah, I think I just grew up in the Robot Chicken era, and I
Yep, everything is.
the celebrity death match me. All right, well,
So-
there you go.
If you want to watch Hogan's Heroes, though, it's a good show too.
I mean, it's definitely something good to talk about though, because look at the number one like A-list celebrity actor right now. The Rock was
Mhm.
a wrestler,
right,
and then we have John Cena. He's becoming a really big name actor,
right.
and that just kind of used to be like a transition. Maybe not used to be, but there are a few who have transitioned really well. And maybe I just want to bring up some of those examples. John Cena with his Peacemaker show. I mean, that's like one of the number one shows on Max when it debuted.
That one I just referenced today.
Oh yeah, he's in Sisters. I think it's called Sisters.
Sisters? Yeah.
Yeah, with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and he's got this crazy neck tat. He like has all
The
these.
drug dealer.
Yeah, go check that out. You definitely wouldn't expect that from John Cena, but he plays the role really, really freaking well. And yeah, I mean, we've also seen a lot of crossover into the WWE, like Floyd Mayweather, Trump.
Yeah.
Trump did a hair match with Vince McMahon
Right.
and shaved his head
That's crazy.
and beat his ass too.
yeah.
I think we look at reality a lot more like wrestling than we'd like to admit. Rick Rubin has a good like segment on this about that's really how we view life, and we masquerade it in a lot of other BS, but the reason why it's such a release is because that's, you know what I mean? And then we look at the pageantry now and the star making and the production value on things like the NFL or the NBA, and it's all star driven and it's all talk shit and like have big glasses and say, "Yeah, brother." Not literally, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Woo! They all love Ric Flair. They all love Ric Flair and stuff. So it's just crazy to see
Yeah.
that it really is like influenced with wrestling. And I remember when I was really little, I was like, wrestling's everywhere. Like,
Well,
you
it
can't
is.
really get away from wrestling's influence.
No, look at Jesse.
Jesse?
Jesse Ventura.
Oh, the body. Jesse the Body Ventura. Here at the body shop with the Macho Man. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
So, I mean, even politics.
Right. Right.
Like, but then again, how
Shit,
many-
Mr. T at WrestleMania 2.
that was great.
Hulk
That was
Hogan.
great.
He was the man for this long.
Yeah.
But for this much.
But for
Top,
that
top.
was my whole life in wrestling when I was a
It
kid.
was Hulkamania.
Hulkamania,
Macho
yeah.
Madness.
Yeah, I mean the whole time that I was into wrestling, that was like, so that was a pretty long stretch as far as.
But yeah, that's why I can definitely tell they lost you there, because you don't really talk about Warrior
Uh,
or Triple H or Taker or
No.
Shawn Michaels or Razor Ramon or none of
No.
those guys.
uh-uh.
And that's really right at the end of the 80s.
Right, I'm talking Sergeant Slaughter and
It's
the
literally-
Iranian,
Oh, the Iron Sheik?
the Iron Sheik, and there's a Iranian, some other guy too, Iranian Giant.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Bret Hart? Is that still too late for you?
Yeah,
Yeah, really. WrestleMania 3 was the cutoff for you.
yeah.
Very interesting. So let's talk about maybe what was it like when the first WrestleMania came out? Do you remember the buzz of that? Do you remember the WrestleMania?
Oh yeah, I was at my cousin Jason and Uncle Kurt's probably,
And
and
that was closed circuit television.
yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. We used to go to all kinds of stuff at Arco Arena.
Who was your favorite announcer when you were younger?
What was his name? The little short dude, the animal guy, or what's his name?
I don't know.
Who was the oldest one you can think of?
He's got like big, thick Coke glasses, and he's
Uh-huh.
all, "Welcome to the arena." I don't know his name. I know Mean Gene Okerlund.
I mean Gene Okerlund.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Gene Okerlund, he's so great in the Macho Man interviews because he just
Yes.
always stays straight. And Macho Man, and that's when the great. Well, I don't know about that.
Right?
Yeah, Gene Okerlund is definitely a legend in the business.
Yeah. See, we used to go and crowd around on the up on the upper tier so we could watch the interviews and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And we got to see all that stuff.
that's so cool.
Yeah, because they do it just right inside the little hole.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind
He
of
set
cool.
up that like poster
You there?
board thing.
Yep. Yep.
What was the like most impressive, or most just like awe-inspiring physique?
Physique.
Or physique? Yeah, I guess
Let me see.
Andre would probably be the scariest. Well, I'm just saying,
He,
like
he was
ripped
he was a
up,
big
like
dude.
crazy chest.
Hulk
or
was
something.
badass back in the
Hulk
day.
Hogan?
Yeah,
You just look at him like
he really was. Yeah,
superhero.
yeah. Yep, him and Macho. And then there was
Macho Man. Jacked.
there was some other dude back then too. Superfly was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like-
they were all on so much steroids.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
You could tell.
and pain pills.
I'm sure you could tell.
Vitamins, brother.
Yeah.
Prayers and vitamins, brother.
It was back. I mean, now there's. By the time you got to see it, it was one thing. But when we got to see it, there wasn't really anything like it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not too much televised, anyways.
that's exactly what I was talking about. Like the transition of the first WrestleMania and actually having
WrestleMania.
network television like matches.
Yeah, but I mean, when they started WWF, there was no. That was the first, as far as I know, around where I was.
Well, they
watching.
did a lot of regional wrestling. So yeah, in Sacramento, that's the first.
Uh-huh.
But in like Georgia Championship Wrestling and
Well, I mean, I know they had smaller.
Smoky
sets.
Valley
Uh-huh.
or Smoky Mountain Wrestling, NWA, like there was a lot of like credentialed wrestling organizations before WWF, but then
Uh-huh.
Vince's dad started buying them up.
Gotcha.
That's why all those wrestlers like Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, all the Four Horsemen, um, got absorbed into the WWE is because they were the kings of their territories, and then Vince
So
bought
he
them
just-
all.
Gotcha.
So he goes, now they're all under. It's like the UFC's like, all right, you're world champion, you're world champion, you're world champion, you're world champion. All right, I'm gonna take you all, and you're the 170 pound, you're the 180 pound,
Gotcha.
you're the, and it's like I have all the world champions on my team.
Yeah, of course.
I'm the only game in town.
Right. And then there's smaller stuff like we went and seen the backyard stuff.
Yeah. That independent wrestling is always like, it honestly got bigger after F turned to E.
Yeah.
You know,
Where you
because
going?
then how do you differentiate yourself from that kind of product? You go more hardcore. You go
Right.
more backyard. You go more bloody. You go more gory.
Right.
They don't show you this on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it has a new hardcore appeal.
Right.
And then ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, which came out when I was younger, got bought up by Vince as well. But that was like sort of for a long time the only competition in town for WWE because they're like, yeah, we'll cut us open on live TV. We'll have barbed wire
And that's yeah.
bats with nails in it and shit.
Thumbtacks.
Thumbtacks all day.
Shit to make you cringe.
Sabu, Terry Funk, Mick Foley,
Yeah. Mick
Rob
Foley.
Van Dam. I don't know if you know about Rob Van Dam, but he's legit.
A little bit. I just seen about Mick Foley and man, that's crazy the abuse they put themselves through. Even that little show that we went to.
Yeah.
I mean, just hey, dude, you got a razor? You know what I mean?
Well, he literally whipped out a weed whacker at one point. I've never seen that shit. It's all. I'm like, trying to hedge him or what?
That was pretty cool though. We got to catch that ladder.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a
That
fun
dude
time.
was
I got some
super grateful,
signatures.
huh? The
He's
promoter
like,
guy.
oh, lawsuit.
Yeah, he's like, dude,
They
thank
just
you.
would have hit a kid in the face with a ladder.
And then what? Then Mick Foley came over and said good job, and then we gave him that shirt.
Yeah, we gave him a shirt and I got my picture signed from him. I got an autograph.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Good deal. Well, do you got anything else to say about wrestling or any other really cool, memorable stories?
No,
The Manimal.
the Manimal.
I met the Manimal
Yeah,
at
you
the
did.
show and
You
got a
absolutely
bone.
did.
And back and in the presence, the character, I was like, holy shit, this guy's intense. Backstage, nicest dude you can meet. Big old like caveman looking dude, and he's all, yeah, buddy, thanks for coming to the show. Here, gave me a like fluffed up bone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we gave him shirts. Gave him all CEO shirt, choke him out.
Yeah, you were doing your company at the time, and we did we got them that. I was actually rocking that CEO jumpsuit.
I got pictures all sent. I'll comment with him.
Okay.
So
Anything else then?
no, I think we're good.
Well, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this ramble and rant and just wanted to hang out with Willie with us for a little bit, thank you for joining. We're going to keep trying to increase both the audio and video quality as we go. And yeah, thanks for the support. As always, have a wonderful day. Peace.